welcome back. So we had an uninvited guest in my room last night by the name of Diana, and it was the succubus who can't take the hint that she's not wanted. She told me that I'm not supposed to tell the boys anything, but something tells me nothing's going to go to plan. So let's see how it goes at breakfast. I skipped out my bag and headed downstairs to the dining room, seeing the boys already eating a delicious selection of food. The smell made my stomach growl wildly at the sight of food. Drew me to walk further into the room.
Good morning, miss. Did you sleep well?
I slept fine until I had an invited guest. Before I could lie, hiding the instant in the back of my mind, Daimen frowned his eyebrows and stopped eating.
She's here.
Oh. The boys looked to Daimen in confusion while I cursed his ability silently in my mouth.
Damien, what's up with you? Of course she's here. She kinda owns the house.
Wrong girl. Daimen looked to me wanting me to explain for him. However, the thread that Diana gave me last night warned me to keep my mouth shut. Avoid it? I shook my head at Daimen, not wanting to talk about it. Damien sighed and looked to James. James tilted his head and frowned his brows at Damien before looking to me.
Does anyone else live in this house?
No, just us.
Then who is Diana?
My heart stopped. Damien was still able to read my mind. I couldn't help but glare at him, but he continued to press hard to tell the truth gaze at me. I sighed. Damien was going to press the issue, so I had no choice but to speak. A girl named Diana came by last night.
Diana? Is she important?
Did she try to hurt you?
She's a succubus? That single word made the boys stop and stare at me. I looked at each boy, unsure what was going through their minds. Should I have avoided it?
So, she's come to try and bring us back.
She must really be desperate.
Well, what should we do now?
Nothing. She'll give up eventually.
Will she?
The boys continued to look at me as if I knew the answers to the question. Damn it, Damien. She said that if I told you she'd make my life a living hell. She can't possibly do that, right? She's not a devil.
No, she isn't. However, she is a very powerful demon.
She's a master of mind manipulation and has been trained in illusion. Unlike other demons who use strength to get power, she uses her charisma.
She has the power to make armies bow to her and obey her every whim. That's why she's so obsessed with us.
So, she can't take the hint, nobody wants her. Well, what do you mean?
Well, she sorta has family ties to us. She was promised to marry one of us in exchange for more power.
She's just some whacked up hussy who doesn't know how to close her legs. She's not a real threat.
Oh, really? I feel insulted.
Oh, great. The uninvited one came for breakfast. The boys and I looked around the room, wondering where the voice came from. I felt cold sweat run down the back of my neck in fear, remembering what kind of power she had. She's like a demon version of Lisetta. At last we saw Diana by the entrance of the kitchen, juggling a single red apple in her hand as she leaned against the archway. The boys quickly surrounded me, glaring at the intruder.
So, you took up a human name as well.
Beautiful name, isn't it? Well, for a human name, anyway.
What the hell do you want?
To bring you back, of course. However, you weren't supposed to know that I was coming. I completely forgot about that little mind-reading ability. My mistake.
Diana pushed off from the archway and walked towards us, making the boys step closer to me in a protective circle. Diana laughed.
My. What has the world come to? A group of demons protecting a human girl? I'll tell you right now, she's not that pretty. And from what I can tell, she's still a virgin.
Oh, for God's sake. Can't we keep some topics private? I mean, virginity is one thing. Good Lord. My face grew red in complete anger and embarrassment. How dare she? Well, yeah, I can understand, but they just said she's got mind manipulative abilities, meaning we really shouldn't step the line here because she can do something really bad. Just glare. Diana chuckled and smiled at me, knowing that I wanted to hit her, but had control of myself.
Such control you have, human. You know your place very well.
I didn't control the growl that escaped my throat, however.
Well, will you all change your minds? I assure you, it's for the greater good.
I expected the boys to say no. What I heard was complete silence. None of the boys replied to Diana, which made me both nervous and fearful as to why Diana leaned her head back a bit, surprised for a different reason.
No. Well, I see.
Was silence truly them saying no to her? I looked down at the boys and saw the disobedience in their eyes, giving me my answer. I felt my heart flare, especially when my eyes landed on Sam. He kept close to me, glaring daggers into Diana. I could feel that he was completely adamant in his choice to stay. I don't know what, but I was incredibly happy to know he wanted to stay. Diana sat pressed a finger into her temple, rubbing it gently.
Either all of you are playing a very convincing hard-to-get game, or you all must be out of your minds.
Diana then looked to me, locking her gaze with mine as if to read me. I could tell she wanted me to do something, but the boys would stop her, so the stare was her only available action. A small moment of silence, Diana licked her lips before breaking the gaze balance, smiling to boys around me.
Very well. I guess I'll take my leave now.
Wait, her leave? Was she serious? The boys around me straightened up and grew confused. Looks on their faces, Diana stepped back and looked away from us with a small bow, flaunting her cleavage. Without another word, a deep purple pentagram appeared under her feet, and Diana slowly sank into the floor. As her head vanished into the floor, the pentagram vanished. At once, the boys relaxed and slowly began to return to their spots at the table, each in deep thought.
She'll be back, but she won't kill us. She needs us alive.
Whatever. We'll just keep saying no. She can't force us to come back.
She can't do anything but annoy us. Eventually, she'll give up.
That's the hope, anyway.
Hopefully. Sam walked over to me and placed a hand on my shoulder, looking at me with concern.
If she comes after you, you need to tell us, okay?
I nodded, knowing that he wanted to protect me. Sam gently took his hand from my shoulder and very gently moved a strand of my hair from my face, making me blush and forgot what I was thinking about. The sound of collective chuckle and playful smirks whispered through the air, making me blush even more. As Sam grunted in reply, the laughter stopped. I looked up to see he was glaring at his brothers, a fist formed in his hand, ready to swing at one of them. He and I pulled away from each other just as the sound of Naomi's car appeared. I quickly ate my food, waved to the boys, and left, confident that nothing was going to happen. Never ever say that nothing will happen before the day is over. I avoided talking about the ride back home yesterday, saying that the ride was a one-time thing. I'll be riding with you guys from now on, and from school. The girls seemed very happy, and we entered the school. Quickly gathered our things from our lockers and headed to class. There was no events, to our surprise. History wasn't exactly fun, but our teachers were great. At least he would have been great if he was in class that day. Naomi and Suzu took the seats around me, Suzu in front of me and Naomi beside me, before the class bell rang, and the class was greeted by the dean.
Students, you'll be having a substitute for class today. Everyone meet
Miss Diana.
Oh, hell no! Ah! My heart stopped as the door with the dean was Diana. Looking at the students with a smirk out of her eyes landing on me, she stretched to the teacher's desk, ignoring or welcoming the whispers from the other students, before sitting on the wood and crossing her legs. What is the demon doing in my class?
Thank you, Dean. You can go now.
Oh, great. How was school today? Oh, it's fine. Oh, remember that succubus I was telling you about, Diana? She was my teacher. She was teaching the class how to seduce people. With a wave of Diana's hand, the dean left the classroom, closed the door, left the area. Diana smiled at us, making my stomach turn. What was she going to do?
So, history. History, history, history. Such a silly thing, isn't it? I mean, what do we care about the past? We're in the present.
The rest of the class, including Naomi and Suzu, hesitantly nodded in agreement, unsure about their new teacher, but willing to listen to more of what she had to say.
The present is so full of wonderful things. While the labors of the past are the reason we have many things, it is our chance and privilege to utilize what has been given to us.
Her charm was almost infectious. The class was practically starting to eat out of her hand. I loved to see my classmates grinning and agreeing with Diana. I pressed my lips together to listen further. I had no choice.
What's even funnier about human beings is that some of the bits of history we hear is either made up or completely biased to one side. It's like a story you read as a child. You hear of the princess and the prince, and they live happily ever after.
God.
But what about the family she left behind? What of her friends?
The students listened, agreed intently to her words. I could tell her that these words were all targeted at me.
The original story of the Little Mermaid, a perfect example of biased opinion. Here we have a girl who thinks she can be with this prince, but this prince has to marry a princess.
Yes, but the Little Mermaid, Ariel, was a princess, was a mermaid princess.
What would happen if the mermaid had her way? What makes the mermaid so important that the princess has to suffer the consequences?
I don't like my teacher! God damn it all. I kept my mouth shut. There was no way I was going to let her get to me, despite her being the teacher. I was going to ignore her. There was no telling what she could do if I taught back. Diana looked at me, for me to speak, but I merely stared at her. The smoke graced her face. A glare graced mine. I didn't need to fight to win.
It's still something to think about, however, as we think of this story. It's so easy to believe that the mermaid was the heroine. But what of the poor princess? Why should the princess suffer the antics of a mermaid? The princess didn't do anything wrong to her.
More nonsense. I knew this was all a subliminal message to me to make me pity her. My anger didn't allow any leadway to feel pity for her. How long was she planning to drag this out? She wasn't a real teacher. Then I continued to rave of the injustice the princess had to suffer through, while the mermaid was in the prince's sight. To Diana, it was injustice. To me, it was a fairy tale. The boys chose me. He chose me. She wasn't going to convince me otherwise, and I wasn't going to let her. Then I stretched her arms out, making an obvious sexual noise that made some of the boys in class shift in their seats. I rolled my eyes.
Well, that's enough about fairy tales. After all, the Little Mermaid was fated to lose her prince in the original story anyway. It was for the better, though. The kingdoms, I'm sure, flourished, and the prince and princess lived happily ever after.
How can you be so sure? I felt ballsy enough to challenge her at last. The other students in class, including Suzu and Naomi, turned to look at me, both in shock and confusion. I looked and smiled kindly.
Because I have a hunch.
I don't care. Your hunches are stupid. What if the prince was incredibly unhappy? Could the princess live with herself knowing that the man she married was unhappy?
In that case, the prince and princess's senses of duty would overrule emotion. Their kingdoms would flourish nevertheless, making their people love them and live happy lives.
Another excuse. She wasn't answering my question. So the prince is supposed to suffer a marriage he doesn't want for the sake of his kingdom.
It happens all the time in reality. Arranged marriages happen to bring families together and bring wealth out of poverty.
It doesn't make it right. Haha! The other students applauded me, knowing what I was saying was right. Diana pressed her lips in a thin line of irritation, signaling my victory. Diana then stopped talking and looked to the clock on the wall, reading it quickly. The clock's very can. Why was she looking at the time? Diana leaned against the blackboard and smiled at us. I became worried.
You know what? School isn't important. Everyone, go ahead and head home. Take the week off.
Uh-oh. The students suddenly began to chat happily or in confusion at the situation. Many thought it was a dream come true. Others knew better. Before anyone could protest her, Diana pressed her finger to her lips and counted down with her fingers in the air. 3, 2, 1. The speakers of the classroom gently awoke, giving us an announcement we would never believe.
Attention students. Due to an emergency faculty meeting, we will be closing school for the remainder of the day and this entire week. Please leave the school quickly and quietly and have a good rest of the week.
School's over! We're gonna end it there because stuff is getting weird for me. Bye guys, see you next time.